This is a very quick tour of the QGIS Desktop. To start off with, like many software programs, up in the upper left-hand corner we have your open and save commands. As a matter of fact, let's open one. Open this. Notice that your map will appear in the middle here on the canvas, and on the left-hand side here in your layers panel, the layers, at least the names of the layers will appear. Notice that many of you, when you start up, you'll see the browser panel. One of the most important things about this is that you can, turn these panels on and off. I have lots of panels turned off and a number of toolbars turned on. The toolbars are these things here. Notice these little bars, I can move them around. Notice I have one over here on the left, and I much prefer it there on the left, so we'll leave it there. So we'll briefly talk about the toolbars here, and then we'll talk about the tabs across the top. Many of the save and open file commands are right here. These are particularly important because they're very much about your view on your map here. You can zoom in and out, you can zoom to selections, and you can zoom to full, etc. Moving here, the identify features tool is particularly important. When you have a vector layer engaged here, you can click and find it identifies the features of the points that you've clicked. Now notice this identify results panel has appeared here on the right. I can move that around as well. Also, you can select multiple, you can deselect, and you can measure. Fairly easy. Those are important small tools. You can add text and you could add annotations as well. Here, notice this little mark here, the yellow-orange box with an asterisk in the middle. That's for creating. It's here and also over here on the left as well. That's for creating new layers. All of this, the plus, is for adding layers that you've already created or that you found somewhere else. Here, this toolbar here is the digitizing toolbar. If we have a vector layer engaged, you can click the pencil and turn that on, and now you can edit your data. Most of the other toolbars here are not as important, so we won't talk much about those. This open attribute table will show you all the data associated with that layer. So I have this layer highlighted, so it's showing me all of the records, which are rows, and all of the fields, which are columns, and all of the attributes that fill those in. The one final panel or a command or location that I'd like to show you is the print layout. Let's open an old print layout, and I'll show you. So this is where you would create layouts. You can actually use, I have a single map here, but I could do multiple views of different parts of the map, etc. Legends, north arrows, scales, etc. for exporting, for paper copies, or for publishing a non-interactive map online, etc. We'll come back to that and talk about that more later. Now, finally, I'd like to talk a little bit about the stuff down here at the bottom. This tool here shows you the location of your cursor, scale, magnification, rotation, and this here is probably the most important one. It shows which CRS you're using, and you can choose from, I'm not sure how many hundreds of different CRSs there are, but you can choose from many. And that's particularly important for a number of reasons, and we'll talk about those later.